To quote Ram Jam, "Whoa, Black Betty, Bam-ba-lam. She's from Birmingham, Bam-ba-lam, way down in Alabama, Bam-ba-lam. I too am from Birmingham, or at least close enough to get excited when the wheel selected Blaze the Dragon. However, soon I realized I was in for so much more. It's time to fly high into the mythology of the Magic City Mascots." Let's start from the top. The University of Alabama at Birmingham is the youngest school we've had on the channel so far. While it began as a medical research arm of the University of Alabama as far back as the 1930s, the Alabama state legislature wouldn't create the University of Alabama system until 1969, founding UAB as its own school. In 1978, it was decided that the Central Alabama Medical and Arts School would play sports. To make their mark, they hired UCLA's head coach, Gene Bartow, to start the basketball program. And he'd also serve as the athletic director for the next 18 years. But what would this new athletics department be known as? Well, of course, there were the typical name the team forms and backroom meetings. Originally, the name Trailblazers was mentioned, based off the successful NBA team at that time, but was dismissed for being too obvious. Another name was the Barons, as the minor league baseball team wasn't active at that time. The final submission forms would see the names Barons, Titans, Warriors, and a revised Blazers. The students, of course, fell in love with Blazers as the school was blazing its own trail out of the shadow of Alabama. Speaking of blazing, we have a new shirt out for UAB, and it is fire. Go check it out at rybar.shop. Alright, so this is the part where things go haywire. Finding the name was a work of ease compared to creating the perfect cuddly character to amp up those basketball crowds. At a game in 1978, a large box was wheeled to mid-court, and out came Pink the Dragon. This bright-colored monster received almost no real reaction and was phased out by the end of the season. In 1979, UAB tried again with a new mascot, but not by design. You see, the school's next mascot was originally a Halloween costume created for a contest. His name was Beauregard T. Rooster. The costume chicken was initially brought to campus by the head of the cheerleading department for a few events here and there, until one day, Gene Bartow noticed him and invited it to be the mascot on game day. He was an instant hit with crowds. In fact, in what has to be the first interview we've ever had with a mascot, Beauregard self-admits that he lost the costume contest by looking too store-bought. Not enough original recipe. That's a chicken contest joke. Anyway, in the interview, it is mentioned that the rooster would do all manner of things, including diving on tables, dancing, jeering, harassing refs, a chicken after my own heart, and even directing the band. And according to this part of the interview, he's apparently a sentient costume, knowing that there's a person inside of him. Weird. Beauregard Rooster would remain UAB's mascot until 1992 when, get this, the San Diego Chicken, that'll be another episode, would send UAB a trademark infringement notice for ripping off its design. Guys, that's the second trademark law we've had. A new mascot would replace the Rooster for the 1993 season. and his name is Blaze. That's right. Blaze would debut in 1993 and, what is that? Well, this guy is Blaze. Blaze the Viking, making his first appearance on January 9th, 1993. Blaze was a Viking warrior character, wearing green and bronze armor, a cape, and sporting a silver helmet with a UAB logo. I think he looks kinda cool, but he did scare children. I don't blame them, and he was killed off in 1994. The school would go mascotless for 2 years, until finally, in 1996, a dragon would hatch alongside a new sport. All right, let's take it from the top and kind of explain the football situation. See, football in Birmingham began at the club level in 1989, before becoming a sanctioned Division III team in 1991. They would make the leap to what is now the FCS in 1993, and finally, in 1996, would make the leap to FBS Division 1A for all athletics. It was during this transition that UAB did a bit of an athletic rebranding, bringing the dragon theme originally seen in 1978, but this time in green and gold. The Blaze Dragon symbol was created as part of the efforts, and the costume was designed to resemble that figure. Blaze has featured on the football helmets ever since 1996. Blaze the Dragon debuted on January 6th, 1996, just turning 30 years old. He is a fabric dragon suit with foam rubber wings, a tail, and a large head, with his tongue sticking out. He's usually seen with a jersey on. He does also have anthropomorphic hands and feet. He's not wearing shoes, folks. Good signs. Of course, I wouldn't do my part as a Central Alabamian if I didn't mention the shutdown of 2014. You see, in 2014, the University of Alabama System Board of Trustees announced that football, bowling, and the rifle teams would no longer be supported. After much backlash and some booster investment, football, as well as the other sports, returned in 2017. The players would not be the only thing returning to the sidelines, as an entirely new group of dedicated Blazers would once again don the dragon. Led by new Spirit Squad head Cody Sellers, a group of 4 students would begin training for the brutal Birmingham autumns. Claiming in an interview that the temperatures on the field could get as hot as to melt sneakers, each member of the team would wear Blaze for only 1 quarter each, about 30 minutes at a time. I think actually we're going to have a special episode on the dangers and requirements of being a college mascot. Comment down below if you'd like to see that. Blaze is described as having the personality of a child. Students have got to go through a rigorous regimen, not only to survive in the suit, but also be Blaze. With 4 people wearing the suit at any event, everyone has to bring the same charm and energy to the character as the next. Sellers was quoted as saying, "No matter the student, when they put on the suit, it's like flipping a switch. They are no longer themselves. They are Blaze." That's what we like to hear here at Mascot History. Today, Blaze can be seen at just about any event on campus. He's been to people's weddings. He's visited kids at the Children's Hospital. He does sometimes have to share the spotlight with Vulcan and Stanley the Stallion, but he is always the hottest guy in the room. That suit is very warm. Blaze is more than a dragon. He is the symbol for Birmingham athletics. Heck, Blaze is Birmingham. And he's also a mascot that made us. Thank you guys so much for watching. Our next video is going to cover the 2026 Mascot Nationals, so stay tuned for that. And if you have a mascot you'd like to see, leave a comment down below and we'll throw them on the wheel. Until next time, go Blazers! Dragon Tales, something, something, Dragonland.